Women in the Shahnameh, the story of Sudabeh. An intriguing and controversial character in the Shahnameh is Sudabeh, the princess of Hamovaran, whom the Iranian king Kayqavus decides to marry after a failed rebellion by her father, the king of Hamovaran, a country thought to have been located in the region of present-day Yemen. She is the most complicated woman of the Shahnameh due to the fact that Ferdowsi casts her in two contrasting roles. The first, the courageous, self-sacrificing wife, and the second as the disloyal, mischief-making shrew. As the wise and supportive wife, suspecting that her father is plotting against her husband, she urges Kavus not to accept her father's invitation to visit Hamovaran. But Kavus dismisses Sudabeh's concerns and upon arriving there is imprisoned by the king. Sudabeh intercedes on behalf of her husband, calling on her father to either release Kavus or kill her alongside him, only to be thrown in jail as well. This part of her story highlights one of the Shahnameh's threads, that women give wise counsel. If the men listen, they succeed, and if not, they face the negative consequences of their lack of judgment. As we saw in the early videos of the Hafkhan of Rostam, Kayqavus is a volatile king who disregards all guidance and is constantly getting himself into trouble due to his vanity and foolishness. Sudabeh is intriguing because she is a character that changes from someone with strong moral values to an entirely unethical one. The duality of the wicked beauty is indicated by Ferdowsi's description of her sharp tongue. Then someone took Kavus aside and said, "This king has sired a daughter lovely as the spring, more stately than a cypress tree, and crowned by hair like black musk, like a noose unbound. Her tongue is like a dagger lodged between lips sweet as sugar cane. She is a queen arrayed like paradise, a paragon as pure and splendid as the vernal sun, fit for a monarch if one should decide to choose this moon-like beauty as his bride." Later in the Shahnameh, Sudabeh becomes infamous for her role in the tragedy of Siavash, the son of Kayqavus. When the handsome young prince raised by Rostam returned to his father's court, Sudabeh was overcome by desire for him. She lured Siavash into her private chambers under the pretense of introducing him to his sisters, then tried to seduce him. Siavash refused, loyal to his father and his honor. Enraged and humiliated at his rejection, she makes false accusations against him, thereby creating tension between father and son. Caught between his love for his wife and his faith in his son, the torn Kayqavus doesn't know whom to believe. So Siavash has to prove his innocence by riding through flames of fire on his horse, out of which he emerges unscathed. The animosity, however, forces Siavash to exile himself from Iran. He goes to Turan, which ultimately leads to betrayal and his murder at the hands of the Turanian king Afrasiab. When he learns of Siavash's death, the infuriated Rostam, who had looked after him for many years and prepared him for succession to the Iranian throne, returns to Iran and executes Sudabeh himself. He blames Sudabeh and her antics for the tragic loss of the prince, drags her out of the palace, and kills her himself in public, an incident not often depicted by artists. This brings a grim end to one of the Shahnameh's most tragic and treacherous tales.